morning to you, Kunal. And how is the markets looking like to you at this point in time, given the fact that we've taken a bit of breather after scaling that 26,000 mark on the Nifty? You had the metal that was shining from the front, but what's your take now?
The markets are displaying the exact same colors as what you guys are wearing. One index green, one index red. But I think what we are seeing right now is that the markets are trying to absorb the kind of selling which has happened over the last 2 days. Bank Nifty correcting by 1,500 points in just the last 2 trading sessions, and I think after that there's bound to be a bit of stability which may come back. But then what matters over here is that whether there's the bulls make a strong comeback and we break past about the 1 day, 2 day previous swing highs. I think that's going to be the litmus test for the bulls this time around. So what one should be waiting out for is that strong confirmation where the index, both the Nifty as well as the Bank Nifty, breaks past about the previous day swing highs. If that happens, then I would believe that we could probably get to much more of a V-shaped recovery. But if that doesn't happen, then we may probably get back into a consolidation with a slight down drift for both the indices.
All right, so that's the take coming in on technical front when you talk about the markets. But Rajesh, when you talk about the news flow, starting this month, the news flow is going to be pretty heavy for the markets, because you will have the MPC meet outcome. All eyes on what the Reserve Bank of India or the MPC will actually do. Apart from that, you will be kick-starting the earnings season once again. So IT sector, along with IT sector, all the sectors will be in focus. So what are the cues that you're watching out for very closely? Which are the sectors that you are eyeing out? I missed mentioning about the auto sector as well.
Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Shashi. Good morning, Kunal. And before I come to your answer, I would like to tell Kunal that since Cheryl is wearing red, I am wearing blue, so we are trying to balance out the market on both sides. So let the both side peers and both be happy. So that's what we are trying to do before a holiday. Anyways, coming to market, we are looking at a lot of data in this month, no doubt on that. RBI, MPC meet, IIP, service PMI, all those things are there. Even PMI data from all across the world is going to come. Employment data from US, that would be a major issue thing to watch out for. These things are there, of course, but the best part is this is a festival month. Navratri is going to start very soon. And by the end of the month, it would be Diwali. So a lot of Diwali sales, festival sales would be watched out for. Retail also. As far as auto is concerned, we are not very much excited about auto numbers coming this month, because as we all know, the last 15 days of last month was a Shraddh period and would be subdued number. But despite that, we have seen Bajaj Auto and Mahindra giving very good numbers. So that's a good part to that, and that's going to add to Nifty auto too. And the other thing that one should keep a watch on would be IT and banking sector, because they would be coming out with their quarterly updates very soon. So these are some of the sectors which we are looking at this point of time.
Rajesh is keeping his expectations a little bit muted at this point when it comes to the auto space. But let's kickstart taking all of your stock-related queries. Then remember, viewers, you can write to us on the number that will be flashing on the top of your screens as well. But remember to mention the buy price as well for stocks that you're already invested in, and for stocks that you're looking to invest in, do remember to mention the time horizon as well. The first query is coming in from a viewer named Vishal. Now, of course, you do see the number that is flashing on your screens as well. Remember to write to us there as well, and let's start taking your queries. And the first query is coming in from Vishal, who's writing to us from Dubai. Now, Kunal, I'm going to come to you because he's asking us about Trent, and he's wondering if at the current market price he can make a bet when it comes to Trent then.
Yeah, call it defying gravity. I think the stock has done exceptionally well over the last 2 years or so, and I think specifically from that 1,500 point when the stock managed to break out, we've seen almost consistent quarter after quarter price uptrend for Trent. Now almost at this 8,000 mark, it's very difficult to try and suggest a buy over here. But I think for traders who are looking out for holding the stock in terms of a portfolio, now that Trent is also part of the Nifty 50, I think it's best advised to try and wait for retracements and then buy the stock on dips in phases. So I think what we're seeing, for example, in the last 2 days was a 5%, 7% correction which has happened for Trent. If in case the stock corrects, say by another 3-4%, then broadly 10% correction from the previous swing highs becomes a good entry point for traders on the longer term basis.
All right, so That's about trend coming in, given the fact that this one has seen a stellar run up. But let's move on then. Let's take this next query coming in from Dinesh, writing to us from Bangalore. And he has 500 shares of Balaji Amines at a price around 2,222. UPL at a price of around 588. Kunal, he's saying he can hold on for the next 2 to 3 months. He wants to know what could be the target for this one. I'll take the targets from you, but I will come to you, Rajesh, after this to get your view coming in on the chemicals as a specialty chemical space, or for the matter of fact, agrochemical space as well. So Kunal, first coming to you.
See, I'm very bullish on the space, and my sense is that we are looking at a phase where we may have probably formed a major bottom for many of the stocks over here in the specialty chemical space. Now, Balaji Amines may not be the best chart over here, but because when a sector gets into a turnaround and when the worst comes goes behind into the sectors, we may slowly and steadily see a gradual pick up into the stock price. So I think Balaji Amines in that sense could probably be a stock which may see a potential turnaround sooner or later. If a long-term investor, I would suggest a hold. But for UPL, I think the case could be a lot more stronger. The stock has already seen 3 months or 3 candlesticks of successive revival over the last few months. And what we are seeing right now is that the stock trying to hold closer to that 600 mark from an earlier bottom, which was around the 500 levels for UPL. So which means that the stock starts to look very much more attractive at current levels. I would look out for targets in the range of at least 750 for UPL, and for Balaji Amines it should be closer to 2550, 2580 over the very near term.
Right. Rajesh, what's your take coming in on this entire chemical, specialty chemical space, or for the matter of fact, companies that are linked to somewhere to the agri space as well?
See, I second Kunal's thought that it has bottomed out, because if you see in the last almost 1.5 years to 2 years, these stocks have underperformed, highly underperformed, I would say. When the entire market was moving up, they were just correct. So the entire thing has bottomed out just because of the fact that they have seen quite a stellar run during COVID periods, and then the valuation was straight and started correcting. These things happened. But now we find that demand increasing, prices stabilizing, and we are bullish on the entire chemicals facility space, especially if we talk of large cap names, Balaji Amines, Deepak Nitrite. These are some of the names. In the mid cap, we are given a buy call on Archean Chemicals too. As far as UPL concerned, the major problem with this company is the huge debt which the company is holding. But the management has said they are trying to reduce the debt. If this happens, then it can give very good returns. Otherwise, if you look at the product profile, they have huge product profile, operations based not only in America, not only in India, but also America and Brazil. So things are looking good for UPL too, especially the agrochemical space part, because the government's focus is on rural development, and with the kind of monsoon we have seen this year, I think agri is going to do well. So UPL is a buy, Deepak Nitrite is a buy, Archean Chemicals is a buy from our side.
So Rajesh is bullish on the entire.
There comes a time when your heart calls for you to arise. Plant your feet solid into the ground. Decide your own limits, and then break right through them. Become something more. It's my time to rise.